Today, the world is probably safer for humans than it has ever been. Modern medicines, emergency services, and clean water supplies have saved millions of lives. That's why in most countries the population is rising and people are living longer and longer. However, there are still some dangers that we can do little about. The lion is famous for being fierce. With his huge mane and terrifying roar, the male lion is known as the king of the jungle. This is mostly a myth. Lions don't live in the jungles at all. They live in grasslands, usually in Africa. Although they can be dangerous, lions kill fewer people than many other wild animals. However, some lions do seem to turn against humans and start hunting them deliberately, and no lions will be considered safe. What to do if lions are approaching you? Try not to panic and run. Move backwards and get inside somewhere safe. Be careful, for lions may split up and close in from several sides. What to do in an attack? It's worth gaining some time by fighting and trying to get away. Yell for help. Others may be able to scare the lion away or beat it off. Top tip: if you are being lions from a car or jeep, keep the windows closed and never stick your arms or head out of the vehicle. The tiger is the biggest cat in the world. A male can measure up to 12 feet long from nose to tail. That's as long as a car. Tigers are also immensely strong and can cover as much as 30 feet in one leap. Tigers live in India, China, and other parts of Asia, mainly in grassy or forested areas. They usually hunt wild animals such as wild deer or pigs, but they do sometimes attack humans if food is scarce. What to do if the tiger pounces? If a tiger is slipping through the air at you, figure out where it will land and run to one side, heading for any rocks, trees, or other shelter. If the tiger grabs you, your only hope is someone for to shoot it off, beat it off, or scare it away. Falling through ice is very dangerous as the water underneath is icy cold. People can only survive in freezing cold water for a few minutes before they get too cold and numb to move. It is also possible to fall through a hole in the ice, then get trapped under the solid ice nearby and drown. It is vital to get out as soon as you can. What to do as you fall? If you feel yourself falling, lean back to help keep your head above water. The cold water will shock you and make you gasp, but stay as calm as you can. Try to get out. Turn to face the direction you came from, as this is probably the strongest ice. Put your arms on the ice, lean forward and kick your legs behind you to try to swim out of the hole. You may need to rest halfway with your upper body on the ice and your legs still in the water. Push against the other side of the hole. If the ice breaks, move forward and try again. What if your boat sinks and you are left on your own in the open ocean? This situation is of course incredibly hazardous, but there is a lot you can do to make it safer. The most important thing to do is stay calm and save as much energy as you can. What to do if your boat is sinking? Try to grab something that will help you stay afloat, such as a life jacket or piece of wooden brackage. Once you are in the water, move away from the boat as it can suck you downwards when it sinks. A sandy beach or dune might not look dangerous, but if sand falls on top of you, it can be very serious. If you don't get out fast, you can run out of air. Seaside and desert sand dunes can drop sand on people unexpectedly. They can also fall down if you try to dig into them to make a tunnel or cave. Even digging a big hole on the beach can be dangerous. If the hole is deep, the sides can suddenly cave in and cover you with sand. What to do if sand falls on you? If you see it coming, try to jump out of the way. If sand is landing on you, curl into a ball and cup your hand over your face to make a breathing space. Try to stay calm and wait for help. When you open a fizzy drink bottle, bubbles zoom up to the top. The same thing can happen in a lake. Some lakes form over volcanic vents which release gases into the water. If the lake is deep, the water at the bottom is under great pressure. The gas dissolves in the deep water and the water above holds it down. But if something disturbs the lake, such as an earth tremor, the gas-filled water can rise to the surface. The gas escapes in what is known as a limnic eruption or a lake overturn. It rolls out of the lake in a huge cloud that can suffocate people and animals. What to do if you see bubbles forming? If you see lake water starting to freeze and bubble, it could be the start of a lake overturn. Head uphill from the lake and raise the alarm. What to do if you are caught in a gas cloud? The gas in a lake overturn is usually carbon dioxide. It is heavier than air, so it flows downhill into valleys. To escape, move uphill away from valleys and low areas. The deadliest lake overturn record happened at Lake Nyos in Cameroon, Africa in 1986. It killed about 1,700 people and thousands of cattle. Crocodiles and alligators are big, dangerous water reptiles with sharp teeth and strong jaws. They live in rivers, lakes, swamps, and sometimes even in the sea. Crocodiles found around the world have more pointed snouts, while alligators found mostly in the USA have wide snouts. Both are dangerous and they behave in similar ways. What to do if a crocodile catches you? Repeatedly punch the crocodile on the snout and face or hit with anything in reach and scream and shout. This may make it let go. If you get free, run away and go to a hospital since a croc's mouth contains harmful disease germs. People are swept over waterfalls every year, but a few survive. Waterfalls occur where a river plunges over a ledge of hard rock. Often the falling water has worn away deep pool at its base. Even if the fall is not high, it can be hard to escape from the churning pool. What to do if you are swept away? Try to get out of the water at once or grab a rock, branch, or tree root and hold on until you are rescued. If you are swept over the waterfall, cover your head and hold your breath. After you land, kick upwards to try to reach the surface and let the river carry you away from the waterfall. Swim for the bank once you are in a calmer water. The poles are the extreme northern and southern points of Earth, farthest away from the equator. The regions around the poles are freezing cold and often covered with ice and snow and scoured by howling winds. Few people go there at all, but you could get lost there if a vehicle breaks down during an expedition or if you are in a plane that crashes. What to do if you crash or break down? Try to phone or radio for help. Create an SOS signal using whatever you can, bags, boxes, or vehicle parts. Everyone should stay together and stay with the vehicle using it as shelter. Don't wander off. You could fall down a crevices or into icy water or get buried in snow. Keep your body covered up and huddle together with other people. If you have any fuel, make a fire and melt snow to make drinking water. Avoid melting ice or snow in your mouth. It will make you even colder. A pyroclastic flow is one of the most dangerous and deadly of all volcanic events. It is a mixture of hot gas, rocks, and ash that surges downhill from an erupting volcano. It moves fast like a flowing river. In fact, pyroclastic flows can reach speeds of 160 km per hour and can be as hot as 700 degrees Celsius. You don't want to catch up in one. What to do if you are in the way of pyroclastic flow? If a pyroclastic flow lands on you, it's too late, but if you are near the edge of the flow, you could survive. Hide behind a rock or in any shelter you can find such as hut. As the flow passes, cover your head and hold your breath. Breathing in the hot gas, dust and ash will destroy your lungs. The ancient Italian town of Pompeii was flattened by a pyroclastic flow from the volcano Vesuvius in AD 79. It wiped out whole population of the town.